Danganronpa 2x2 was delayed. Honestly, I'm not surprised. If you're new here, hello. I like Danganronpa. I became a fan quite recently. I decided to watch a playthrough of the game in late 2024, and it wasn't until this year when I got super into it during a very rough patch mentally during school. I was very stressed and very anxious. Danganronpa gave me a lot of comfort, and I really appreciate it for that. Danganronpa 2x2 is a remake of the second Danganronpa game, Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. And there will be a new scenario, apparently, with new culprits, new victims, new mysteries, new executions. That'll be fun. I feel like I got into Danganronpa at a good time when 2x2 was announced a few months before, but it's been delayed to early 2027, which I was kind of expecting after we haven't seen anything new since Nintendo Direct in 2025, really. Aside from like the announcement for the voice actors, which all of the voice actors from the original game are coming back, at least in English, which is great. But other than that, I don't think we've seen anything new for it, or at least I haven't. Like, I didn't go to Anime Expo, wherever it was. I don't even know where it was in the world. I did see the Spike Chunsoft panel at Anime Expo during the Danganronpa section where they had Kodaka was there, 3 of the voice actors were there, Johnny Young Bosch, Bryce Papenbrook, and Christine Marie Cabanos. I watched like a live stream of the panel that someone had posted. It took so long. I couldn't find it just from searching on YouTube. I had to go on Reddit, and someone posted a link. Someone had a link to a YouTube video. It was in like 1p. The picture quality was really bad. The sound cut off at a lot of points, but most of it, some of it was understandable, and so I watched it and it was great, especially when the voice actors like read scenes from the original game that people had requested, like well-known scenes from that game. That was fun. I'm excited for 2x2. I'm going to play it when it comes out. I haven't played any of the actual games. I've just watched playthroughs of it, and that's how I got into it. But when 2x2 comes out, I am going to play it. I've added it to my wish list. I'm gonna play it. Becoming a fan of Danganronpa and just consuming so much content about it. Like, I have a whole playlist for Danganronpa videos that I watch and that I've liked and I save for later, whether it's animatics, funny memes, sprite animations, those Vine compilations that are in pretty much every fandom where it's like Danganronpa as Vines. I have those because I love those kinds of videos, even though like they're so silly and dumb, but that makes them funny. This is the playlist. Hopefully I don't click on anything by accident, but this is my Danganronpa playlist of all the videos that I have. I don't even know if it's in focus, but there you go. All throughout my life, there have always been things that I've become hyper fixated on, you know? I've always been a fan of something. There's always been something that I get super into for several years at a time, and then maybe that love dies down over time, but it doesn't completely go away. Right now it's with Danganronpa. Watching like videos and character analyses and memes and vines and just animatics of like really talented artists making really good animations, whether it has a more serious tone, whether it's set to a song or a certain popular clip or sound. I love those kinds of videos and seeing what animators do. I felt like I was 12 again, back when I was super into Sonic the Hedgehog, when I was 12 watching comic dubs and animatics and a bunch of stuff. What was I watching? AMVs. I was watching AMVs. That's what they were called back then. They kind of still are, but that was all we had then. Watching like Sonic X AMVs. That's what it felt like to me, and it felt really good, especially when I was going through a tough time earlier this year. It brought me a lot of comfort just getting engrossed in the stories of these fictional characters and getting invested. It feels great. I love being a fan of something. Back when I was 12, deep in like my Sonic the Hedgehog obsession, I was like, it was all basically the only content that I consumed. If not the only content, then it was like 90% of the content that I watched on YouTube was Sonic related. I would listen to the OSTs all the time. I remember in elementary school, like in grade 7, I think we were in music class. The teacher wasn't there, so we were like going on YouTube and like looking up songs to like listen to and stuff and like do karaoke or whatever, sing to. What did I suggest? I suggested Dream of an Absolution, which is Silver the Hedgehog's theme from Sonic 06. Great song. That was a great choice. And I think at one point I also chose I Am All of Me from Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah. Other people were choosing like pop songs, and I liked pop music as well. Like that was when I was also really into getting into music in general, learning about different artists and stuff, but like I wanted to listen to Sonic game OSTs. Can you really blame me though? Sonic OSTs for the majority of the games are like some of the best music. That's it, the sentence is over. I would watch those videos where it's like Sonic character theme songs, where people would just pick like songs that they felt fit that character, and it was edited on Windows Movie Maker, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure they have those for basically every fandom as well, where it's like this character's theme song. I would watch those videos, and I actually discovered some music that way. This is a playlist I made of videos, like old videos and AMVs that I remember watching as a kid. Some of them are Sonic, and there's other things. I actually don't know what's on the screen right now, or just old videos that I dug up thanks to my newfound research skills and just knowledge of how to use search engines to the best of their ability and actually find things I'm looking for. I found these old videos that I forgot existed from like 15 plus years ago, and I saved them into a playlist. This Sonic and Elise AMV from 18 years ago, that's how it's set to the song Anywhere by Evanescence, and that is how I discovered Evanescence, through that AMV. I would watch like fan fictions that people would upload to YouTube, and with like fan art in the background, also edited with Windows Movie Maker. That's a thing. What a time reading fan fiction on YouTube. That's what I would do, and I would write fan fiction. I would write Sonic fan fiction on Word, and I would print it out. Let me show you one. This is the Ballad of Shadow and Amy. I was a Shad Amy shipper at the time. I shipped Son Amy and Shad Amy. I ship Sonado now. Honestly, I like them all. I like all three of them. Like Shad Amy platonic, like I love imagining them just like going to a concert together. That would be so cute. And Shadow is like trying to pretend not to like it, but he's actually having the time of his life, and Amy's like trying to encourage him to like let loose and have fun. That's so cute. I love them. I still love them. I don't know how long I spent on this, but I remember having fun putting it together. I actually made a video on my old channel reading this fanfic aloud. Maybe at some point I'll re-upload it and put it here. I think it still holds up. The editing's different, obviously. Maybe I'll re-upload my dramatic reading of this fanfic. I also remember, like, I didn't have an editing software at the time, or actually we did. We had iMovie, but I didn't know how to use it. So I would make slideshows on like on Keynote. I would gather pictures from Google Images and I would put them into a Keynote presentation, and I would set it to music to make my own AMVs or slideshows. That was fun. I made my own Sonic character theme song videos, like just on Keynote. Like I would record a portion of the song like on Photo Booth, and I would just put the video in the Keynote presentation and just move it so it's not visible. And just have the picture of the corresponding Sonic character on the on the screen. It was so... Take me back. We need to go back. Take me back to 2012. Being a fan of something and just indulging in it completely and creating things out of love for that thing is just so fun to me. It's so freeing, and I've always loved it. It's always happened at basically every stage in my life. Like when I was 12, 13, 14, I was a Sonic fan. The peak was when I was 12 though. And then in high school, I was a huge fan of Pentatonix. I first heard about them through my mom, actually, back in 2012, through their cover of Carol of the Bells. And then I heard their cover of Mary Did You Know, and I was like, wow. That's incredible. And then I started watching their videos and listening to their music, and I watched their Daft Punk medley, and I was like, these are the most talented people on the planet. I would watch all their videos, all their like behind the scenes stuff, like while they were on tour. I would watch live streams that they would do. I would always, two of the members, Scott Hoying and Mitch Grassi, they started a YouTube channel together called Superfruit, and I would watch them every Tuesday religiously. Like on Tuesday, I was like, oh, it's Superfruit Day. Can't wait. I would watch them all the time. I would write fan fiction about them. That was when I started writing fanfic on Wattpad. That was when I discovered Wattpad and a whole new world opened for me. Because before I was just writing fan fiction just on my computer, just on Word. I didn't share anything online, which was probably a good thing at age 12 that I didn't do that. I just did it for myself. But when I found out Wattpad existed, I started writing Skomish Pentatonix fanfiction on there. Scott and Mitch were my Dan and Phil. I never watched Dan and Phil growing up. My Dan and Phil was Scott and Mitch. When I was 15, any free time that I had during school, I would be on my iPad either writing my own fanfic or reading other people's fanfic about Scott and Mitch. Sometimes I would even be writing fanfic during class. Why would I listen to what the teacher's saying? I would stay up late on my phone writing fan fiction or reading fan fiction. I would consume any piece of Pentatonix related media that there was. I remember when Scott, Mitch, and Kirsten were guest stars on an episode of the show Bones, I like ran home to go watch the clips of that episode that they were in on YouTube, because YouTube wasn't available at my high school, so I had to like run home and go watch it and then go back to school. I also did that when one of their music videos came out, because I couldn't wait until the end of the day to watch it. I like went home, I was at home for like 5 minutes to watch the video during the like hour-long lunch. I would watch the music video, get my stuff, and then run back to school for third period. Wow. When Pentatonix's first original album came out, their album of all original songs, for the first time, I stayed up. Well, no, I didn't stay up. I woke up early. I woke up at 5:30 because I had school to go to. So I woke up super early to listen to the album like in pitch darkness. Then I went to school. And then after school, I had to go to my church to leave for our youth retreat that weekend. That was the only chance I had to listen to the album. I don't regret it though. That was a great decision, because otherwise I would have had to wait. And I didn't want to do that. I've seen Pentatonix twice in concert. The first time was when they opened for Kelly Clarkson on her tour back in 2015. I would show you videos, but I don't have any. They were on my old iPad, and I believe they have all been lost to time at this point. I don't have any. I don't know why I didn't record on my phone. I think maybe it was because it didn't have enough storage. But like, I brought my whole iPad to a concert and recorded some video on my iPad. I honestly don't know why I did that. I feel like the only reason would be because my phone did not have enough storage. That was weird. But the second time I saw Pentatonix was on their tour in 2016. We had really good seats. It was so much fun. One of the best nights of my life. It was a belated birthday present. I appreciate it a lot. Thanks, Mom. Being a fan of them was so much fun. As someone who loves music, I was never, like, I was in like 2 plays in high school. They weren't musicals or anything. That would have been a whole other thing. I don't think I have the kind of singing chops required to be in a musical. Through their music, I could channel my inner theater kid. That's what Pentatonix are. They're all theater kids. They're all music nerds, and they're so incredible. So that was another fandom that I was heavily involved in, and I had a great time. I had some other phases as well. I had a Vocaloid phase for a bit. A lot of these interests coincide with each other, or they overlap. Vocaloid, Hatsune Miku. I also went to a Vocaloid concert back in 2016. That was fun. I was big into 21 Pilots in 2016. I have all of their albums on vinyl, except Breach. So I don't have all of their albums on vinyl. I would memorize and perform the rap verses to myself. I would learn some of the songs on piano. I would watch their music videos and like watch video analyses. I would watch like funny moments, like funny compilations of Tyler and Josh just being funny during interviews. The crack videos, that's what they're called, when they're like a compilation of clips with like meme sounds or like songs to like emphasize certain thing. You know what I'm talking about. That's what I would be watching, and I had a great time. I'm fanning myself because it's hot in here, and I don't want to turn the fan on or you won't be able to hear me very well, so I'm suffering for you. Please clap. I did see 21 Pilots in concert on the Clancy tour 2 years ago with my best friend, and we had such a great time. My 16-year-old self, and hers, she was also a big 21 Pilots fan. Our teenage selves were just coming out, and we were having such a great time. It was wonderful. Another thing that I got super into was K-pop. I remember hearing Blood, Sweat, and Tears by BTS for the first time and thinking it was so great, and that's how I started getting into it. And I would listen to other groups, and I would just kind of casually listen to K-pop and follow BTS. BTS was the gateway. I got super into them once quarantine happened. That's when I was all in. None of us had anything else to do or anywhere to go. That was the perfect time to get super into K-pop. So then the fandom, obsession, hyperfixation, special interest cycle continued with them, and I would consume any piece of BTS related content that I could get my hands on. I bought the albums. I have a whole BTS shelf. I would listen to the music all the time, and then that also continued as I started getting into other K-pop groups. And then it was Stray Kids. Like, Stray Kids became my alt. I was into them a lot more than BTS in comparison. I love them both, but there was something about Stray Kids that just made me love them so much. Their music, obviously, their music is great. Felix, that's it. I have all of these Stray Kids posters on my wall, and there's one right there as well. Like, I love them so much. They're having a comeback in August, so I can't wait for that. I watch all the Stray Kids music videos. I would watch all of their, like, just all of their vlogs. I would watch compilations that fans make. I would just be doing it all. I would read fan fiction, write fan fiction, this time on AO3, Archive of Our Own, because I'm an adult. I saw Stray Kids in concert last year. I made a whole video about the experience. That was one of the best days ever. I had such a good time. Definitely the most hype, high energy concert that I've been to. It was awesome. I definitely think my K-pop special interest has dwindled a little bit. It's not as fervent as it used to be, obviously, because time has passed. I've discovered new things and just, you know, life happens. But it won't go away. I still listen to K-pop, to like songs that I find that I enjoy. When it comes to music, I feel like I just listen to whatever sounds good to my ears and I add it to my playlist. I still love BTS, for example. Like, their new album came out earlier this year. I love it. I think it's great. And my best friend is going to see them in August, and I'm jealous. But I'm also happy for her. I also still love Sonic the Hedgehog. I still watch Sonic content to this day. I feel like that's never gonna go away. And now the thing that I'm obsessed with is Danganronpa. I'm having a great time. I'm having fun. I love being a fan of things. It's so fun for me. I started drawing again because of Danganronpa. I've written a couple fanfics, but I've mostly been watching playthroughs and videos and stuff. But like, I'm really happy about the me drawing again thing. I've made a couple of purchases. Branching off from Danganronpa, over the past week, I've been getting into the 100-line Last Defense Academy, which is co-created by the same creator as Danganronpa. I love it. I've watched playthroughs of the game. It's a very long, beefy game because there are 100 endings and some of the routes are really long. I just love the feeling of getting into something new. Like with Danganronpa, I made a playlist for the 100-line with videos that I've watched about it that I just saved to it. Memes, vines, AMVs, that kind of stuff. I love life. I just love being a fan of something. I was a nerdy kid growing up, so I feel like a lot of my interests I didn't really share that much with others. All of these interests I primarily enjoyed on my own, by myself, because I didn't really have that many friends. Aside from my brother, I didn't really have anyone else to share my interests with. We were both into Sonic at the same time, so that was something that we shared together and we still share to this day. But the other things like K-pop, I just enjoyed it on my own. And I'm already black, so that's a whole other layer of feeling like I'm gonna be judged for the things that I enjoy just because. Girl, now being a nerd is kinda cool for the most part. Like nerd culture, a lot of aspects of nerd culture are in the mainstream. This is nice in terms of feeling more comfortable talking about the nerdy things that I enjoy. I look back at my times being a fangirl and just being a fan of something really fondly because I created things because of it. Like, it gave me an outlet for creativity. It gave me comfort during tough times, a sense of belonging. Like, I felt like I was a part of something. Along with growing up being a nerd, I also grew up undiagnosed autistic. So that explains a lot about me. That was another contributor to me feeling like I wasn't the same as the other kids. I always knew I was different from other kids. Like, I'm visually impaired. I'm legally blind, but I didn't know I was autistic until 2 years ago. So in a lot of aspects I didn't really fit in, or I didn't interact with other kids like most of the other kids did. I would always do my own thing. I would be into my own thing. I would indulge in my special interests. That's a little bit off topic, but I felt like I would bring it up. Like, I was a nerdy little autistic girl and I loved just diving into a world that wasn't this one, listening to music and just getting lost in music from artists that I enjoy, like with Pentatonics. I love being a fangirl. I will be a fangirl until the day I die. I don't think that is something that is ever going to change about me. It's not like I'm going to turn 30 and then all of a sudden I can't have fun anymore. I'm going to keep enjoying the media that I enjoy. I'm going to keep creating things for the media that I enjoy, and I'm going to continue buying things for the media that I enjoy. I just ordered 2 100-line keychains to put on my backpack. Those should be coming in a couple weeks. I'm excited. I think that's it. I've been filming for a very long time. I love consuming the media that I enjoy. I love creating things for it out of sheer love and enjoyment and passion. It's fun. It'll always be fun. I will play Danganronpa 2x2 when it comes out. I'm holding myself to that. I'm excited, but also a little nervous. I feel like some of the mini games I will not be good at. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. Are you a fan, or have you been a fan of anything that I mentioned in this video? Let me know, I guess. Where's my water? I've been talking for a long time. Bye!